Bum. Right, we're live. It's Monday. It is the 11th. Did you know that? It's the 11th of April. And what does that tell us? Tells us we're in quarter two, you bloody lovely lot. Means if we're in quarter two, that means quarter one's gone. What does that mean to us? Well, I'll tell you what it means to you if you genuinely care. It's pretty bloody simple. If we're in quarter two, we've already seen 3 months of our year gone by. Tell me this. What did you achieve? What was your goal? What did you want to do? What did you plan? You know, on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 20th December, whenever it was, there was a goal that you had in your head. By middle of next year, I want to achieve X. I want to achieve Y. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and blah, 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 blah. Did you achieve the things that you set out to do? If you did, 2 big thumbs up from me. 2 big thumbs up to yourself. Go and enjoy life. If you fell a little bit short on your goals, answer me this. Why do you think you fell short on your goals? Was it from the fact you could have tried? Well, let's not worry about why you failed on your goals. Answer this instead. What could you have done that was within your control that could have moved the needle more towards those goals? Let's let that marinate in a little bit. What do I mean? Well, it's simple. The stuff that's inside of our control, the stuff that's outside of our control. It's that simple. So the stuff that's inside your control and the stuff outside of your control. The stuff out there, you can't change the weather, but you can take an umbrella. Right? So you can change the weather, but you can't change the weather, but you can take an umbrella. So think of it like this. When you look at your life, when you look at your goals, when you look at the dreams, and you look at aspirations, there's normally a few things in there, but actually, typically, is the reason, the catalyst, why things don't happen. This isn't just at you. This is at me. This is generally to all of us. There's a few things that normally we fall back on. There's a certain amount of commitment that we have on our goals. There's a certain amount of time and effort that we spent delivering. There's a certain point that we calm down. There's a certain point we get annoyed. A certain point that we get grumpy, pissed off, unable to continue whatever it is. What is that point for you? Because that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what it's like for everyone else. It genuinely doesn't matter what it's like for all the other people. But for the majority of the people that's out there, just like you, just like me, like all of us, there's going to be a thing. There's a thing that holds you back. There's a thing that slows you down. There's a point in time that you give up. Unless you're Iron Man and you're going off and achieving all your goals. Realistically, we all fall a bit short. So just think of it like this. Think of the last 3 or 4 things that you had on your list, or they're still on your list now, that you didn't achieve. Then imagine now, how much more work effort would it have took to actually achieve the stuff that you wanted to achieve? Was it you were a million miles away? Were you just a few steps? Did you just get tired and grumpy and pissed, and so you stopped? It doesn't matter. What matters is here, now, today. What we do. Here, now, today. What can we do? Here, now, today. What are the actual things that we can put in place to make sure that this year, this quarter, this part, this term, this season, whatever you want to class it as, is the best one yet? We're only as good as our last game. We're only as good as our last season. We're only as good as our last goal. We're only as good as our last match. We're only as good as our last sale. And you've got to wipe it clean every day. You've got to wipe it clean every month. We've got to start again from zero. We've got to make sure that we're moving forward. And if we're not moving forward, we've got to ask why. Because the time's passing all the same. Our time is still passing. Think about last year. Think about last month. Think last week. Think Friday. What could have been something you could have done that day that would have moved the needle for you, your business, your team? And a lot of the time, it's not the fact that we didn't want it. We just didn't want it bad enough. And we didn't want it at the sacrifice of the thing we did instead. Because you did something. Instead of working on our goals, we normally have done something. There's something that we did instead. There's something that we chose to do. Going to the pub, seeing your mates, playing that round of golf, going out there, whatever it was a thing that you guys did. Whether it's you on Instagram, whether it's you on LinkedIn, whether it's you on YouTube, whether it's you on Facebook, there was something that you did instead of the action you needed. Now go back and think, okay, so maybe Friday, you didn't make the last 20 calls that you should have made. You didn't do that client call. You didn't do that follow-up. You didn't do the upsell, whatever it was. What was it you did? And here's the big thing. For most people that's out there, you didn't do something that was that great. We didn't do something that was that special. We simply did something that just didn't move us forward. And that's just the way it goes. So you've got to think of it in your life. Think of it in the grand scheme of things. What was the thing that held you back? What was the reason that you didn't move forward? What was the reason behind it? Was it doubt? Was it self-loathing? Was it fear? Was it uncertainty? And whatever it was, we've just got to think about it and work out, well, what could we do different? What can we change about our circumstance? What can we change about our mindset? What can be the thing that's going to move us forward within our lives? What's going to be the thing that moves us forward to our goals? What's going to be the thing that moves us forward to getting all the stuff that you want? And it's not physical stuff. We're talking here about what it is that's important to you. Because all the little things all mount up. All the little things all make a difference. All the little things are serious changes in where we're at. Think of you like a plane. Imagine you are flying from the UK to America and you've got your coordinates. You know where you need to go. You know the weather patterns. You know how long it's going to take. If when you take off from the UK, we alter you by 5% at the start. We change your coordinates by 5% at the start. You ain't coming anywhere near the destination that you wanted to be at. But in the same way that compound interest works, think of it with your own business. Think of it in what you do. What is the thing that's holding you back? Because if you go off now and you get compounded interest for your investments, your assets, your whatever it is, you've got that compound result. It's the same with your effort. There's something you could have done last week which compounded over the next year that completely and utterly dramatically changes the outcome of where you go in your life and what you do. And it's a real big thing. So we talk about it all the time. If you're behind on the goals, you're behind on the aspirations. If you look in the mirror and you don't like yourself as much as you should, if you know you should have worked harder, if you know you could have tried more, if you know you should have read that book, watch that video, action that step, you need to go off and think about, well, how can I take action today? What's the singular step that you're going to take? Because there's people out there right now in your industry and what you do doing better than you. And they're not smarter than you. They're not funnier than you. They're not better looking than you. It doesn't matter what they are. They're further along the success path than you are. You might only be 2 steps behind, but it will feel like a lifetime away. And because of that, we've got to go off and take the direct action that is needed to move things forward. Because if we don't go and move things forward, how can we expect to get to that next level? So we've got to go get it today. Let's get it. Time for Clubhouse, people.